What's up, rebuilders? I want to talk about vacations. It's almost like a bad word, like it's a taboo thing to talk about, especially in training and in business. It's like the two things that a lot of people just kind of shun away from. Like, oh, I don't take any vacations, or like no breaks necessary. And one of the things that I've noticed now that I'm old, now that I've been doing both of these games for an extended period of time, is I see people do that, and then 2 or 3 years later, I don't see them here anymore. They are doing something else or not doing anything at all. And they cite always like getting to a certain point and then burning out, and, having particular goals and stagnating and plateauing for an extended period of time that made it so that they just kind of lost their fire for what they were doing. And my personal opinion on this is that people don't take enough time for themselves. They don't take enough time away from some of the things that achieve their goals, because they haven't connected their own personal identity enough to these sorts of things to give themselves that space. So those goals, and this is the thing I want to make super, super clear. Those crazy goals, like those moonshot goals, making $1 million in a year or $10 million in a year, squatting 800 pounds, they're lofty goals. They're going to take a lot of time. They're going to take a lot of effort. They're going to take a lot of focus. And to do that, you're going to have to actually recharge yourself. You're going to have to dedicate time to self-improvement and the things that are going to allow you the space to be successful in those endeavors. If you don't, if they become all-consuming, if they're things that you add a whole bunch of additional shit onto your back for, it's only going to put you in a position that is going to add more pressure onto something that's not necessary. And I've had a ton of athletes do this. I've had a ton of business clients do this. And the number one question I ask them when they're in the muck, right? When they're in the thick of it, is two things. When was the last time you took a vacation? And how is that grind serving you? Let me break down both these questions. 9 times out of 10, the response to the vacation question is, I can't remember. And even if it's recent, my follow-up question is, how much did you work during your vacation? Or how much did you train during your vacation? And again, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be like, well, yeah, I went away, but I still worked the entire time. That's not recharging. That's not giving time or space to yourself to be able to fill yourself up and step away to get perspective on the important things, to get some gratitude and gain some of those things and look at what you have available to you and the things you're able to do. You need to be able to step away and step out of that to be able to frame those things appropriately and actually internalize them. You have to give your body space. I'm trying to remember this stat. It's like 40% of your time on the planet should be spent recovering, just for your brain to function appropriately. So I think that's more than sleep. That's more than sleep. That's going to be you actually taking time away from some of these things and finding things to recharge. And don't get me wrong, okay? I'm a workaholic. I love lifting. I'll tell you, like, this gym down here, the things that I do, they're an escape from some things. They are a way for me to recharge. But I have to step away from it occasionally to completely fill myself up. And you should take that time. The second piece is, how is that serving you? When we're in the thick of it, when we're working towards these goals and we hit plateaus, the typical human answer, the human squishy answer is just do more. Okay, cool. I've got to buckle down. I've got to work harder. And part of this is Western American culture and kind of what we've put into it. But it's this whole grind mentality of like, I've just got to do more of everything. When in reality, A, you need to take time to yourself, but B, you need to figure out what the actual bare minimums are and stick to the basics to give yourself time to recharge and then plan your next move. Because that's the piece that you end up being blind to. It's like, okay, well, what's my next move? I don't know, because I've created so much busyness trying to do more to overcome the plateau that I'm in so that I can get to that crazy goal, that I've lost perspective on being able to plan the single most important thing that's going to move the needle for me. That is more business related, but it still applies to training. Because that next big step for you, it may be hiring a coach. It may be revamping your program. It may be buying that cool new specialty bar. It may be moving gyms. It may be getting a training partner. It may be the thing that is going to take you to that next step that you have to gain clarity on by stepping away from it. So I know I hit you with a lot. If this is the first time listening, my name is John Flagg. I own Rebuild Stronger, a strength and conditioning company and rehab company for powerlifters and other strength athletes. I appreciate you guys. I do this so that we all can learn and grow and get strong together. So please leave a like, please share, please follow along on Spotify or whatever platform that you're listening to. Appreciate you so much. See you next time.